Frank Seppi for NPC News Online here at Performance House in New York City. And I know a lot of NPC up-and-coming competitors are on the website. This guy's won 10 IFBB Men's Physique Championships, right, Andre? 10?
Yo, dude, when I think about it, it's a lot of damn shows. It's a lot of shows.
Everybody wants to be a pro right away. Talk about your progression from the amateurs to the pros. How did you get your pro card? How did you start?
I did five. I turned pro in my 5th national show, right? But I tell people this, because I see a lot of people, they'll do 1 or 2 national shows, and then they're crying, bitching, and complaining that they didn't turn pro. And my thing is this, and I see this also, people try to put a timetable on it. So like, oh, I'm turning pro by the end of this year. You can't put a timetable on something you don't control. You don't control, it's not basketball, I can't outwill you. The judges determine if you win or not. So you can't put a timetable on it when you don't control it. Yeah. So I tell everybody, man, just put your head down and go to work. And don't think that you should be going pro in your 1st or 2nd national show. If you deserve it, they're gonna give it to you. If not, you just gotta keep working.
You never know who's gonna show up at that contest that day. You could look amazing, but there could be 5, 6 guys that are just absolutely out of this world that you just can't hang with.
And it comes, people get this, they get this mixed up a lot of times. Hard work is in between. The beginning and the end is genetics. And this is bodybuilding, and it is genetic driven. If you ain't got arms, that's a genetic deficiency, and you ain't gonna get them. You can train them as much as you want to, but you're not gonna have arms as someone that has special arms. It's a tough situation to be in because, yeah, you can go pro, but competing as a pro and winning pro shows is hard. Like, I might have 10 wins, but when I look back at it, it's a great accomplishment because it's hard to win 1 show. Sure. Like, it's hard to win 1.
It's hard too. I know, but I do know a lot of competitors who placed, 15th, 16th, and then came back and won the following year. Even though they weren't genetic superiors, they look at the competition, and once you're on stage, it registers in your mind, wow, I thought I was ripped. Now I have to be that much more ripped, too.
I got last place at the New York Pro in 2015. The next year I came back, I got 2nd. The following year I came back, I got 1st. So I went from last to 2nd to 1st.
Did anybody say you didn't have genetics when you were 15?
No, they told me straight up, yo, dude, you're too small. Because to go pro, I was kind of too big already. Like, I was looking like a middleweight bodybuilder. Mm-hmm. So they made me digress my physique to go pro, so I had to peel off 8 pounds. So after I peeled off the 8 pounds of muscle, after I turned pro, they were like, dude, you're too small compared to these guys. And I looked, when I got to that New York Pro, it was a rude awakening. Because I placed in my first 2 pro shows before that. Oh, fun fact real quick. I did the Atlanta Pro the day before the New York Pro. The day before. I peaked 4 times in 2 days. I did the Atlanta Pro. I went back to my hotel room. I got all my stuff ready, got on a flight, landed. My homeboy picked me up, and we drove straight to the New York Pro. I called Steve 2 days before the show, and he was like, just look for Sean Andrews. He got your number. I landed his show. Everything's already getting ready. I looked for Sean. He's got my number. I had like, what, maybe an hour? Yo, my homeboy picked me up. Whitman, I was like, yo, you got to bring McDonald's breakfast. I needed to carb up. I'm stupid depleted. So I ate the McDonald's in the car. We get to New York Pro, I put the number on, I go on stage, I got last place. I wasn't even mad. I was actually kind of happy still because I was just happy that I even did that in 2 days, in a 2-day span. But
how'd you do in the Atlanta?
I got 3rd there. I got 3rd there, 3rd or 4th.
I thought he 3rd the day before last.
But you know what it was? In Atlanta, the guys were more littler. Yeah. And then when I came to New York, I was like, whoa. First call out dudes, they were packing a lot of muscle. So I didn't even sit down. What I did was I just put it on as I went because I qualified for the Olympia that year because I won the last show of the season, the Atlantic City Europa. But I was already top 5 in points, so I would have went to the Olympia and either way. But I wanted to win. I wanted to win. So I went to the Olympia. I placed 12th. It was like, it's respectable. My first Olympia, I got an actual placing. It was I just didn't want a 16 next to my name. I had no expectations. I was like, Dre, just go there. You have no expectations. Enjoy the moment. Get the jam jacket. Enjoy everything. Like, I loved it all. Like, I had a smile on my face the whole time. Even after I got my 12th, I was ecstatic. I was like, I got 12. This is beautiful. But after that, I just had to progressively keep putting size on because, yo, the dude, I remember that New York Pro, they made me look like a baby up there. Weighed 168 pounds.
Well, there you have it. If you're up and coming, do it in phases. Like you said, there's no hurry. Go into your open, then go to your qualifier. Then maybe take some time off, boy, before you start competing in the, IFBB Pro League against the best.
The stage isn't going anywhere. The stage, I tell everybody, stage isn't running from you. The stage will be there tomorrow, a year later, 5 years later. Trust me, this is going nowhere. So take your time.
The good thing about this sport is that it's ageless. If you're 25 or 35, it really doesn't matter. So like Andre said, take your time. It takes time to be a champion. There's very few overnight success stories. This is Frank Seppi,
Andre Ferguson.
NPC News Online.